beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel Soul Journey. My name is Beck, or Anu Ani, the expansion doula, and today is a little different. This is the second video in a couple weeks where I have been having technical difficulties with my video. I filmed it, it's all edited, and it will not save. I'm really getting kind of frustrated. I'm not really sure why it's happening. I'm feeling like I've kind of gotten out of alignment a bit. A lot went on last night. I was feeling very nihilistic last night, not because of my video, but just because of a lot of things. And then we woke up this morning to two different people telling us that people close to them had committed suicide. Huge shifts are happening on the planet right now, and a lot is coming up. I spent the weekend at my best friend's birthday party, which was Serious Sacred Circle. We played an energy. And I spent the weekend at her house, and her mom is one of my mom's best friends, and then my mom's other best friend came down with my mom because it was her birthday as well. And the contrast of the three of these women is so intense. They're all beautiful, but Mariel's mom is very Christian. My mother is pretty much searching, and then Katrina, my mom's other best friend, is super spiritual and has worked with psychics and has researched this for like 20 years. So the combination of energies, and we ended up having a handful of really intense conversations. Katrina and I stayed up all night until literally the sun came up talking. The next day we had a discussion on religion and the beginning of the universe and what is bad and good, or living in a neutral space, like all of this stuff. Really, really intense space, and I don't even know like what to do with it all. Like I'm trying to go along for the ride, but like I said, every once in a while, you know, you just get in a funk and you like cannot function. And because I am so empathic, because I am so sensitive, I joke that I'm a pixie, you know, like from Peter Pan, like you can only have one emotion at a time. And I feel like any emotion I hold is so intense. I'm either like super, super excited, I'm super, super obsessed, super, super sad, depressed, angry. Like I feel like I can't even function out of an emotion if I'm like feeling it. And I'm sure there's a reason for that, but it makes it really hard to feel mindful or get in alignment when it's not a super fun emotion. And so yeah, it's been really, really intense, and I feel like part of me is pushing myself too hard, and then the other part of me feels like I'm not pushing myself enough. So obviously there are parts of me that feel different. And so it's probably why things aren't manifesting as I'd like, because different vibrations are going out. And so I'm having a really hard time with this frustration of the videos not going out. I wanted to commit to 3 videos a week. It felt really, really good. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and yeah. It's interesting because when I decided to take on a Wednesday video, like immediately I felt like it was too much, but at the same time I was really excited. So I want to work on it, and if it doesn't work, I'll pull back to 2 videos a week. Like I'm totally fine with that. But things just feel like they're shifting really intensely. I feel like I'm loving and hating myself off and on. Like I feel like so much is going on, and I'm working on so many creative projects with people, almost to the point of where I feel like there's too much. I just became an event coordinator at a wellness center. I've got photo shoot projects, and I've got video projects I want to work on, and projects I'm working on with my mom with like clothing and, you know, my Etsy shop and my YouTube and the things, and I want to move, and it's just like, it all feels really good, but I think my focus is having a hard time, like my energy is having a hard time focusing. And for a few weeks I thought I was really handling it, but I'm not so sure now. And then there's projects that like I feel like I'm getting intuitions about that I'm like, oh yeah, and for like 3 days it's great, and then like I just like totally forgot, right? Like this crystal mandalas thing, which I still haven't edited because I just got really frustrated with that. And then I want to start making these copper pyramids, and there's just so much that is happening. We want to make orgonite. So yeah, I'm just feeling very overwhelmed. And I'm feeling like I'm letting people down by not making videos, which seems weird because I didn't make videos for like months. And I guess when you like put it out there, you're like, here you go. And I've just been getting such amazing response, and people are following me, and my subscriber base is growing, and that's super exciting. It's what I've been wanting to do. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's not working. Not because it's not working, but because it's like on my end. Like, it's not like I don't have the passion for it. It's not like I'm not doing it. I'm putting in the time, and just like something seems to be out of alignment. So trying to get clear on what that is, and maybe I just need to like relax and not be so like this is what needs to happen. Like, have a schedule but not be so like on it. I don't know if that makes any sense. But to kind of like finish up this video, I think I'm just gonna pull some cards. I think I'm gonna pull some cards because that's what always seems to root me back in, and I thought I would share it with you. So this is from the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I did a review of that a few years ago if you're interested. All right, Ascended Master Buddha and Peridot. Wild Compassion. It's funny because Peridot is one of the 3 crystals we got for the Organite, and it just really feels good. So maybe you guys, like, if you want us to do the Organite, comment down below. If you want Organite, we've got Peridot, Rose Quartz, I think it's Blue Lace Agate, and I think we got Garnet. So let's see. 32. Oh, this one's short, good. This might take a minute, and I'm a little dyslexic, so bear with me, but this is the message from Spirit for us right now. In this really hectic time, I feel like there's a huge shift happening, and people are just not handling it well. I know I am not, and people are clearly not handling it well to the point of leaving the planet. So this is what Spirit has to say through the lens of Buddha. Wild compassion. We bring you the blessing of wild compassion. What if a restriction now could be... Okay. What if a restriction now could prepare you to receive greater freedom in the not-so-distant future, and to be able to appreciate, enjoy, and fully receive that freedom? What if growing pains now would strengthen you to be ready to receive a life-changing opportunity heading your way? What if rest and time to just be at this moment would help you build up your reserves of vital energy for a time in the future when you will be asked to step up, perhaps to lead or use your energy in some way to support many? Wild compassion is at work in your life, and you can trust that it knows what you need and when, and will deliver it with an unsurpassed grace. Wild compassion is what is active in your life when something is a hidden blessing. In some spiritual traditions, this is known as obscuring grace. It is something that seems to be undesirable at first, and yet in due course reveals itself to actually be something for which you are most grateful. When the situation is happening, however, it will often seem absolutely impossible to the mind that you could ever feel gratitude for what is taking place. Yet if you allow yourself to engage in your life journey with an open and trusting heart, you'll find that wild compassion will bamboozle your mind and dazzle your heart again and again with its unfailing, gracious, and tender love for your soul. As you take this journey, you will come to realize you are not just another blob of light having a life experience in this universe, one amongst the many not particularly known or loved or acknowledged. In fact, the universe loves and cares for you with such personal, intimate detail that your every need is anticipated and responded to with care. No matter how difficult things may seem to be at the time, you will, if you keep your heart and mind open, come to realize you are always without fail being served by a loving divine intelligence. When wild compassion strikes, you are going to need to delve deep and tap into trust, into curiosity, and into your sense of humor. You can know that only the divine can truly put your plans into absolute disarray, and if that is happening, which it absolutely will from time to time, then there is a good, loving, and helpful reason for it. The best way to respond to wild compassion is to allow yourself to be wild too. That means not being afraid to let go of the script of your life, to think on your feet, or even better, to let your instincts move your feet and not think so much at all. To let yourself intuitively respond to life as though you were in a dance together rather than a boxing match. You don't have to duck and weave to avoid what life sends your way. You can play, engage, be curious, sometimes feel pain, but always understand that the pain, because sometimes the pain is an unavoidable part of life, is part of the the divine is sending your way. That was a really long sentence. It is not out of cruelty. It is not out of cruelty. Sometimes the pain of letting something go now saves you from the agony of having what is not meant for you, causing you far greater suffering over the long term. Wild compassion is not always painful. Often it is utterly joyful. It sweeps in, and before your eyes, what was considered an opportunity for a small game becomes a trigger for a cascading flow of divine blessings into your life. Wild compassion provides whatever is needed for your deepest and most soul-satisfying success. It is neutral. It is wise, and it serves the higher will of the universe. It cannot be controlled by the mind, nor is it often understood by the mind, except in hindsight upon occasion. It cannot be thwarted or blocked by human will, yet it is our choice whether or not to embrace the joy and enjoy it, even if we find it mysterious, or resist and fear its workings in our lives. For those reasons, you can trust it completely. It is the hand of the divine sweeping in and uprooting what needs to be removed and planting what needs to be planted. It might be stark at times, but it is always loving, and no matter what you believe at the time, eventually you will be grateful. I have to sit with that for a minute. That wasn't quite what I was thinking it was going to be. I was thinking about having like wild compassion for yourself, but I think it's in there too, right? Like to be in a space that's kind of in an upheaval, you kind of have to have some compassion for yourself. So yeah, on a side note, this deck is really beautiful. I love this. I pulled this card for me. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. From Word to World. So that's for me. But I really appreciate you guys' patience and understanding at this time. We're all going through so much, and I want to share with you what I learned. But of course, as I've mentioned before, my personal experience, for me, from my view and my soul expansion, is the most important. It needs to come first before I give up myself to a point where I'm not self-loving. So I am gonna, because I feel like a self-loving practice is to stay committed to my path and stay committed to what I want to do. That is going to happen, but I also have to have some compassion for myself and just put out my truth and be authentic and say, hey, not this week. So I'm not sure what this week is going to hold. I wanted to do a deck review this week, but I seem to not be able to find a deck I want to review. So we'll see what happens. I will definitely do a reading on Friday. That's pretty much consistent because that's easy. I don't have to like figure that out. I do it in one take. It's easy. So that will be coming. And I'm getting a little nervous though. It's not like I don't have these things filmed. It's like I'm going to edit this whole thing and it's a kind of a crapshoot if it's going to save. So it's getting a little discouraging, I guess. So send some light my way if that resonates with you, that things will start working. I thought it was Mercury retrograde, but we is out of that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope to see you guys on Wednesday and most definitely Friday. Many blessings, you guys. Namaste. And don't forget, it's all about the soul journey. Bye.